Look, Seth.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel Movie Creepers. In the latest episode of Severance, titled Trojan's Horse, we dive deeper into the tangled web of secrets, betrayals, and mysteries that define Lumen Industries. Episode 5 reveals a series of shocking twists and leaves us with more questions than answers, setting the stage for what promises to be a wild ride ahead. Let's break down the biggest revelations and lingering mysteries from this episode, which unpacks the fallout from Lumen's hidden operations and its employees' grim reality. Before we jump into the exploration, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on future videos. Thank you. Let's begin.
Your Audi is going to be...
Severance Season 2, Episode 5 Recap. The heli is out of the bag. Mark Scout's reintegration process is a slow and painful one. As we've seen before, reintegration, where an innie is merged back into their Audi's life, can have severe psychological and physical effects. Mark's reintegration is far from complete. He's still grappling with the trauma of it, which seems to be making him physically ill, similar to what we saw happen to Petey. What makes it worse is that Mark hasn't shared this with anyone, including his sister, Devon. Devon is still under the impression that Mark is obsessing over some optical experiment to burn a question into his retina, something she thinks he's doing for his innie to discover. What she doesn't know is that Mark has already gone through reintegration, and he now knows for certain that his wife, Gemma, isn't dead. Instead, he's seen her alive, albeit as Miss Casey, a strange figure who's also tied to Lumen's mysterious operations. Mark has a lot of unresolved feelings. Not only does he have to deal with the trauma of reintegration, but he also faces the guilt of having slept with Helena Egan, the very person who orchestrated the manipulation and lies about Helly's identity. How can Mark trust himself again? And how will he explain the whole situation to the real Helly now that she's back on Lumen's severed floor? Speaking of Helly, the real Helly has returned to the severed floor under Lumen's control, and it's clear that things are not going according to plan. The reunion between Mark and Helly is far from the warm one either of them might have hoped for. Mark, in particular, is distant and cold. He's angry, confused, and ashamed. After everything that's happened, can Mark ever truly trust himself again, let alone explain the situation to Helly? Helly, meanwhile, has barely had time to wake up from the chaos of the Macrodad uprising. She's still reeling from the emotional shock of what's happened to her, and now she's thrown into an even more complex situation. How will she react when she learns that her Audi, someone she despises, slept with the person she had just kissed moments before? And what does it mean for her sense of self, knowing she's been manipulated and used by the Egans? Meanwhile, Dylan is left to grapple with his grief after the death of his friend, Irv. But Irv isn't entirely gone, at least not in the way we might think. Before his death, Irv had left behind a cryptic message hidden within the hang in there poster at work. The message, which was a clue to the testing floor elevator, was from Felicia in optics and design. Felicia, as we now know, has insider knowledge about Lumen's inner workings, and her message is one of the few real leads Dylan has in his quest to uncover the truth about the company. Dylan's grief quickly turns into determination as he now holds the key to unraveling what lies beneath Lumen's facade. What is going on in the testing floor, and what kind of strange exports is Lumen receiving? This new mystery adds another layer of intrigue to an already complex plot. Miss Huang is becoming a much more interesting character, showing signs of independent thought. Unlike other employees at Lumen, she's beginning to question her surroundings, her actions, and her purpose within the company. She's even started forming opinions and questioning her superior's judgment, marking a significant shift in her character arc. This growth might suggest that Miss Huang is more than just another severed worker. She might be another product of Lumen's twisted experiments, potentially even a dead person brought back to life, as Rigabi suggested earlier. But what does it mean for her future? If Lumen is indeed resurrecting people, are they truly alive? Or are they simply tools, hollow shells with no real autonomy? Back on the corporate level, we see a tense power struggle unfolding. Seth Milchick is under scrutiny during his performance review, and it's clear that the higher-ups at Lumen are growing increasingly displeased with him. Mr. Drummond, a high-ranking figure at Lumen, is critical of Milchick, calling him out for his failure to get the new MDR team together within 48 hours. But there's something deeper at play here. Drummond Lumen's manipulation of Milchik is designed to tighten his grip on the severed workers and make sure they remain nothing more than tools for Lumen's larger agenda. The idea that the completion of Cold Harbor is the ultimate goal of Lumen's severed project becomes more prominent. The phrase is dropped by Drummond in an attempt to remind Milchik of his legacy. What exactly is Cold Harbor? Is it some final stage in Lumen's twisted plan, or is it the key to understanding what Lumen is really doing with its severed workers? This episode leaves us with more questions than answers. For one, who is the mysterious figure taking dental equipment to the testing floor? We don't know who this person is, and the fact that their face is obscured raises even more suspicion. Could it be someone we already know? Could it be a clone? Or someone we thought was dead? Severance loves playing with these unknowns, and this figure is just another piece in the puzzle. Furthermore, Irving's communication with someone, possibly himself, suggests there's more to the story than meets the eye. Could Irving have been severed more than once? Is he talking to another version of himself? And if so, what does that mean for the bigger narrative at play? In Severance Season 2, Episode 5, the plot thickens as secrets begin to unravel. The return of Helly and the tensions surrounding Mark's reintegration add emotional complexity to the already tangled narrative. Dylan's quest for truth, the evolving characters like Miss Huang, and the ongoing corporate power games within Lumen all create a dense, rich atmosphere that keeps us on the edge of our seats. As always, Severance is a show about more than just its plot twist. It's about the psychological toll of corporate control, the loss of identity, and the blurred lines between self and work. The questions raised here will likely haunt us for many episodes to come. What is Lumen truly hiding? And who can we trust in this labyrinth of lies and manipulation? Only time will tell. What did you think of this video? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated. See you in the next one.
That wasn't me. Mark, look, I'm not her. I'm not.